شكرا حسين. في هذه اللحظات يسعدنا أن ينضم لنا صحفي النيجيري فيكتور بولونودورو. Victor, first of all, we'd like to welcome you on Oman Sport TV. And can you tell us about your impression about the matches yesterday?
Thank you so much. From what we could see yesterday, it shows that the tournament has proven to be a very strong tournament. The matches yesterday proved that in every ramification, the matches are quite exciting, interesting, and it was really a good time for football yesterday.
Great. Now let's talk about the African teams. Till now, which African team you think is the best, at least from the first round?
From the look of things, the African teams have started proving themselves that they are no longer a pushover. If you look at the performances of the teams, probably with the exception of the Cameroonian teams, we all saw what Senegal did yesterday, the 3-1 defeat of Qatar, unfortunately. And then just before that, was it a day before yesterday when Ghana and Portugal played each other. You could see that it was a nail-biting experience for Portugal. If you remove the controversy surrounding the penalty and all that, you could see that Ghana really gave them. They proved themselves very strong, and that match could have ended in favor of Ghana. By all means, if you look at it holistically, which shows that the African teams have started coming up very, very strong. We saw what Tunisia played, we saw what Morocco also played. So it's been a very exciting team for the African team so far in this tournament.
Great. Now, Senegal without Mane, do you think that they can go, to round 16 or 8, and if they reach 16?
If we look at the two matches they've played so far, Mane is a decisive factor in the Senegalese team, but they've been able to recover well. They've gone over the loss of Mane, loss in quote, as in since he won't be featuring, he won't be playing. Because if you look at the match against Netherlands, the two goals that came were, for the most part of the match, the Senegalese team took the game to the Netherlands, and at the end of the day, they were unlucky. They ended up. They lost to the Netherlands, but yesterday they proved themselves to be very strong, and they bounced back very well. No one can take away the impact of Sadio Mane in the Senegalese team, but the good thing about this team is that they recovered very well. They've not allowed the loss of Sadio Mane to affect the team, and I must give kudos to the coaching crew and as well to all the players for the psychological recovery they had, because up until the last moment everybody were expecting Sadio Mane to play, but now at the end of the day it was like a big blow to the entire team, but they recovered very well, and I must give kudos to them for that.
During the history of the World Cup, we have seen some special teams, African teams with very big stars, but when it comes to the World Cup, they face difficulties. Sometimes they lose within little details. Will it be different this time in this World Cup?
I expect things to be different. You are right. The antecedent of the African teams, it's been like that. And in most cases, this has to do with inexperience. And if you look at African football, apart from the skill, and African football is also physical. And if you look at the past tournaments and how African teams loses, you discover that in most times it's either a penalty or whatever due to the physical nature of the most games involving African teams have been on record of having a number of yellow cards issued because of the physicality, and most of the opponents take advantage of that because they know that an African team is rugged, so they go about with so a little touch, you see people falling and all that, and cards are awarded. And I think that's one of the things that played out in the Ghana-Portugal match, because if you look at that penalty is highly controversial, and from all the feedback I've been hearing, and even from the studio commentators and everything, I've never seen anyone who said that penalty was actually a penalty in the real sense of it. So most of the people, so these are the things that particularly the European opponent and all the opponents take advantage of because of the physicality of the African teams and all that. So these are minor details that I think the African teams should look into. Football has gone beyond physicality. It's more about skill, it's more about tactics, it's more about ability to outfox your opponent. So these are, if the African teams can take care of those minor details, and I think this tournament in Qatar will take them to a greater height.
Thank you so much, Victor.
You're welcome.
Thank you. إذا حسين هكذا كان معنا صحفي نيجيري فيكتور، تحدث عن الكثير حقيقة من النقاط، أشار بأنه مباريات الأمس أكدت بأن هذه الدورة لن تكون سهلة أبدا ومستواها الفني عالي. أشاد بالمنتخبات الإفريقية بشكل عام، المنتخب السنغالي، المنتخب الغاني والمغربي والتونسي قدموا بشكل طيب للكرة القدم الإفريقية في المونديال حتى الآن. وتحدث أيضا عن غياب ماني عن المنتخب السنغالي، غياب مؤثر ولكن السنغال نجحت في تعويض هذا الغياب. وتحدث أيضا عن المنتخبات الإفريقية على مر التاريخ في المونديال، يعني هناك الكثير من النجوم والمنتخبات الكبيرة التي مرت ولكنها لم توفق في الفوز بالمونديال. هو ذكر بأنه السبب ربما يعود لقلة الخبرة وأيضا للحماسة الكبيرة والقوة البدنية العالية اللي تكلف هذه المنتخبات أحيانا الكثير في بعض المباريات الحاسمة. هذا أبرز ما ذكره فيكتور. أعود لك من جديد في الاستوديو.
شكرا لك زميل أحمد الكعبي.